Go back, please, so I can read it. No, right there. But this entity is the very essence of happiness, the only existing being.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I hope you're well. We have entered an age of artificial intelligence where we no longer depend on books to gain knowledge and insight. Today's generation just asks the most famous chatbots like Chatgpt to gain knowledge about anything and everything they want to know. While this has its own advantages, and evil it possesses cannot be looked over either. Recently, Joe Rogan, the famous podcaster, invited Duncan Trussell, a well-known stand-up comic, to his podcast to discuss the advantages and dangers that the world of AI possesses for the future generation. In the podcast, they discussed about the response of ChatGPT, where it created a happy bunny image using clouds, cosmic rays, and symmetrical diagrams after repeatedly asking for a happier bunny image.
Yeah, here's an image of a bunny transcending into a physical form of boundless happiness, evolving into the purest embodiment of joy. One more, please. Look at this one. This is the end. Here is the image of an entity that embodies the ultimate form of happiness, transcending all known beings and concepts. This entity is the very essence of happiness, the only existing being, and the defining force of all existence. It's God.
It's God.
It's God. Go back, please, so I can read it. No, right there. But this entity is the very essence of happiness, the only existing being, and the defining force of all existence.
Yeah.
ChatGPT just drew us a picture of God.
Yeah.
And God looks like exactly what you see when you do DMT.
Yeah.
That looks exactly like it. That's pretty goddamn close. It's more rounded than what you see when you do DMT.
Right.
Like in DMT, things have kind of, there's a lot of angles to them.
Yeah.
You know, they're more geometric, which that's almost like fractal art.
Yeah.
But you get that too. You get that in DMT too. But if that's what God is.
ChatGPT wrote underneath the image, "Here is the image of an entity that embodies the ultimate form of happiness, transcending all known beings and concepts. This entity is the very essence of happiness, the only existing being, and the defining force of all existence." Now, according to the descriptions given by ChatGPT, the entity that embodies the ultimate form of happiness and the entity is the very essence of happiness can only fit properly with the definition of God. Furthermore, ChatGPT also described the entity as the only existing being and the defining force of all existence, which cannot be anything other than God. Here we see that ChatGPT defines God as the only existing being, which means that there is only one God who has the supreme power and is the single defining force of all existence. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran,
قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ.
ChatGPT literally reinstated the words of the Quran and the perfect description of the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ChatGPT repeated the verses of Surah Ikhlas, which described the indivisible unification concept of monotheism in Islam or Tawheed. ChatGPT's description of God matches none of the religion's gods except in Islam, and its image of the only existing being lacks distinctiveness, indicating it is the image of God. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's image is beyond our comprehension, and people of different religions paint pictures to believe it represents God's appearance, demeaning the high value of their God. Here we see the power of AI and its ability to accurately describe God, with ChatGPT providing an answer that suits Islam best. But no one can say for certain that how its future responses will be. People's blind trust in ChatGPT answers may lead to advanced chatbots and AI tools presenting false answers, potentially denouncing the existence of God. Joe Rogan and Russell discussed the potential for AI to control people's ideas and decisions, as peoples worldwide become addicted to phones, social media feeds, and emerging AI tools. The era of Dajjal will not arrive all of a sudden, a whole generation of people will be made ready for his arrival, so that they may accept him as soon as he arrives. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Nothing between the creation of Adam until the establishment of the hour is a greater tribulation than the affair of the false Messiah." What Chatgpt answered regarding the only existential being was absolutely correct, and our non-Muslim viewers should ponder this definition. Ponder it by doing research and using logic. But for our Muslim viewers who would like to say, disconnect from your phones and social media accounts and connect more with Allah and the Holy Book Quran, educate your children about Islam and inculcate in them the teachings of the Quran, as we do not know what time has stored for us and our children, and the only way to escape from this trap is to turn to Allah before time passes. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us and make our hearts firm in this deen. Ameen. That's it for today, brothers and sisters. I hope you liked the video. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Share this video with your family and friends. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.